to introduce Mr. Shamus Neeson.
Hi everybody. My name is Shamus, and I didn't think I was going to cry tonight, but as soon as those pictures came up, it set me off. Where do I start? Let me tell you a bit about myself. Again, my name is Shamus. I work for Canadian Blood Services, where I have been working since 2010. I'm an event coordinator with Canadian Blood Services. My main role is to talk to people about donating blood. And that's exactly where my story started. And I've got a bit of a long story. I said to Teresa, are you sure you want me to talk? Because we'll be here for hours. And she said, I'll give you 10 minutes. My story started in May 2015. I just donated blood for, I can't even remember how many times. For those people, okay, quick poll. In the room right now, do we have any existing blood donors? There's always a few, right? I appreciate you doing that, thank you very much. But afterwards, after you donate blood, you're supposed to hang around and have some juice and cookies, and that's exactly what I was doing. I was eating my weight in cookies, and probably drinking my weight in coffee, really. But I just jumped on my phone, and on my Facebook, there was a story that was shared from my friend Erin. And it was a story of this woman named Lynn Pradaniak. I hope I don't slaughter her last name. But Lynn was looking for a kidney. She had been on the list for about 8 years. And she was convinced that she was going to die. And I don't know if it was because I was in a very giving mood, but I didn't even hesitate. I sent my friend Erin a message. I said, she's looking for a kidney. She's looking for an O positive blood type. I'm O positive. How can I help? And so she asked me 3 times, are you sure? Do you know what you're doing? And I said, absolutely. What do I got to do? So she put me in touch with the Living Donor Program here at the Foothills Hospital. And we started a very long journey together. And I know Teresa knows what I'm talking about. I went through a number of tests ahead of time to see if I was even eligible to donate blood, if I was, donate a kidney. I was healthy enough to donate a kidney. And when I got the green light, I was ecstatic, a little nervous. I told my family the whole time what I was doing, and I'm sure there's a lot of similar stories here. Not all family members support the decision. And I was a little surprised, but I decided, let's keep going. So we reached out to Lynn, and I said, Lynn, you don't know me, but my name is Shamus, and I would like to help you with a kidney. Obviously, it was a very emotional moment for both of us. We met at Tim Hortons downtown. She knew what I looked like, I knew what she looked like, and as soon as she walked in, I started doing exactly this. People around us probably thought we were nuts, but that's what happens when you're a giving person. We're just very emotional. Would you agree with that? Are we emotional people? Yeah, I mean, people are going to cry the whole time. So Lynn and I started going through our testing together to find out if we were a biological match, and the answer was yes. But this is where the story changes. Lynn was going through dialysis 3 nights a week at the Foothills Hospital. She would do it overnights. Anyway, while she was going through dialysis, she was woken up to say, Lynn, we need to prep you for surgery. We've got a kidney for you, which is super exciting. The next morning, when I woke up, like we all did, I checked my Facebook, and I saw a very beautiful picture of Lynn smiling from ear to ear because she was just about to go and get a new kidney. I was like, that's awesome. Where does that leave me, though? So there was a lot of emails between Teresa and I going, what happened? What's going on? I was put into the Anonymous Donor Program, which I was super excited for because in my mind I had already made that decision that I was going to donate my kidney. And at this point, I didn't care who it was going to because I knew that there was a huge list. For a lot of people, that list never seems to move, right? Would you agree with that? So I was on this list. I was in my apartment with my beautiful girlfriend Laura, who got me through the entire procedure. And she said, you know what? I got a friend of a friend's husband looking for a kidney. I was like, well, find out his blood type, and if I'm a match, sure, why not? And I didn't hear anything for months and months. Meanwhile, I'm still in the Anonymous Donor Program. All of a sudden, I get a text, or she gets a text saying, hey, do you know this guy, Nelson Abrega? I was like, babe, you know him too, we went to high school together. I haven't seen him in like 22 years. Well, that's the guy that needs it. I was like, what are the odds of that? So I jumped on my phone right away, and I'll send a quick Facebook message saying, hey, buddy, I'm glad you're still doing okay. I heard you need a kidney. I'm here to help. And it's funny when you hear his side of the story, because he was going through dialysis at the same time, and all of a sudden the machine that he was hooked up to went crazy. And the nurses came running over because his blood pressure had spiked. And he said, no, this is good news. When Nelson and I started talking more and more, I said, okay, this is what you gotta do. Do you know your blood type? Because I'd really like to help. He said, I don't know it. And I said, well, it's funny you should say that, because I work at Canadian Blood Services and I can find that information out. So what I did was jump in a cab right away. Well, this is after he got out of dialysis, but he was at work. So I jumped in a cab right away, drove straight to his office. I said, I got 10 minutes, the cab's waiting outside, tell me, where do you want to do this? So I poked his finger. I found out that he was the same blood type as I am, positive, which is the #1 common blood type in Canada. And I said, okay, so this is what you need to do. You need to reach out to the Living Donor Program at Foothills Hospital. Tell them that you've got someone that wants to direct their kidney to you. So then I just waited, and I waited some more. So finally, turns out that I had to redo a lot of my testing because it had been over a year and a half since my last testing. Turns out that I was still healthy enough to donate a kidney, which is awesome. But the one thing I gotta say, and this scared me, was when I got the call from the Living Donor Program initially saying, we got your results back, it's a negative. I was like, oh, that's too bad, I really want to know. They're like, no, it's a negative in a good way. I was like, oh, this is great. So I asked them when I got the call that I was a match with Nelson. I said, did you call Nelson yet? Have you let him know? Because we were always staying in touch. They're like, hey pal, have you heard anything? Do you know what's going on? No, I don't know anything. So once I got the good news, I asked, can I tell him? And they're like, yeah, sure, you can call him. And I remember getting that call because I was doing an event, I think at the university, for Canadian Blood Services, trying to get people to donate blood. And I called him, I said, hey man, what's going on? He's like, well, I'm just driving, coming in from BC. I was like, are you the one driving or is your wife driving? Roxanne's driving, why, what's going on? I was like, I got news. He said, what? I said, turns out we're a match. So there's dead silence on the phone. I thought we got disconnected. He's driving through BC, right? And then he just reacts as we all would react when we get that news. So it was a very emotional phone call. I'm a very emotional person. And yeah, we celebrated. He is from a Portuguese family. And what are the Portuguese, what are they known for? They're known for eating. And since I'm a big fan of eating, he was a match made in heaven. I was adopted into a family. I have 3 brothers now that I didn't have. I've got a mom that treats me. Every time I see this woman, she starts crying. And I told her, if you start crying every time I'm coming over, I'm not coming over anymore. But I would like to also mimic what was said earlier by Stuart. The nurses and the staff at Unit 37 are phenomenal. Are phenomenal. And walking, yes. And when my girlfriend and I walked in here today, there was so many memories that came crashing back. Because I remember when we got admitted here, it was February 7th, 2017. And I was, blown away at the beautiful suite that I received. It was great. And the good thing about this suite was it was right next door to where Nelson was. And I really wish Nelson was able to make it here tonight because hearing his side of the story, there's a lot of stuff that just kind of mimics each other. He said to me, I do appreciate you saving my life. What are the chances that I can get your hair? I said, buddy, I don't know. But I said, if you wake up one day with an Irish accent, you'll know it's from me. But in closing, I do agree with everything that Stuart said. The nurses, the staff at Unit 37, they're just amazing people. I wouldn't be able to get out of there as quickly as I did. I was there for 6 days. Without their help, without the help of Laura. And I remember right after the surgery waking up and Nelson coming into my room with this huge smile. And he's like, are you ready to do a lap? And I was like, sure, let's go. The reason I donated, the reason that I signed up and agreed to do it right away is there's something wrong with our brains. We must have an extra chromosome of something. We're giving people. And Mr. Rogers has always said, when there's problems in the world, always look for the helpers. And the donors here tonight, I have to say that we are the helpers. I also have to say that, Stuart, you're not the only person that got a tattoo to remember your kidney donation. I don't have pictures and I won't be showing it, but it is a sugar skull, and one eye is the leaf of the, well, I mean, when you donate your kidney, you do get that pin, you do get a medal, and it's always funny because my mom's like, what do you want, a medal? I already got one, but thanks. So in the sugar skull, one of the eyes is the leaf of rebirth. I do appreciate your time here today. I know that this is a room full of love, and I am always, always ready to act. So if you need me to help with anything, whether or not it's testing your coffee grounds, because I'm a big coffee drinker, or if you just want me to hold your hand while you're spending time in a hospital or donating blood, I'm here for you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
It's going to have to be a prerequisite that we have our speakers sign